Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Dubhouse F1 video. Today we're going to be racing as Pierre Gasly at the Bahrain Grand Prix, trying to make amends for his poor race there, where he qualified high but collided with Daniel Ricciardo and eventually retired from the race. This is going to become a regular series where we take a driver who had a bad race for each Grand Prix, start them from last and see how high they can finish. In this one, we're going to be aiming to get the Frenchman to P5, which is where he started in real life and would have been a realistic target to achieve in the race. Without further ado, let's head straight to the grid. Here we are then on the grid for the 2021 Bahrain Grand Prix. Can we get Gasly to P5 at the end of this race? We're about to find out, and it's lights out and away we go. We get a good start this time, easing past Latifi straight away. We're going to follow the slipstream of a few cars, to go round the outside possibly, but there's not going to be much space. We're not going to be able to make many overtakes at the start. We're going to go very cautious, but now we're going to look to go round the outside of a whole host of cars from P19 into P14 now, that is. Overtaking cars like Russell and Giovinazzi right into turn 1. We've now got Sainz in the Ferrari ahead of us, and we're going to close up to him. Sainz and Tsunoda going wheel to wheel. We're now going to look to overtake both of them, going into these corners, and we have made it work. We're up into P12 just about. Can we fend off Tsunoda, our teammate? We can just about. And we're going to close up now to Ocon, settling into P12. How many more positions can we make up at the start? Ocon's not going that quick. We have to back up a little bit into this corner. All the cars going slowly. We don't want any sort of collision here. No DRS obviously for the first 3 laps. We are going to get a slipstream, a very nice slipstream off of Ocon. We're going just around the outside. Are we going to send it around the outside? It's very close. And we have just about made it work. We're up into P11, 1 point off the point. We've got Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari next, but he's slow, coming off the corner. We're very close to him, slight little lock up. Can we get in the slipstream and attempt to make a move into the final corner? We are gaining on him. Will we have enough space? We won't. He defends to the inside, but that should give us the better run going into lap 2. Hamilton is leading out front. We probably won't be catching him in this race. But here we go then. In the slipstream. Looking to overtake Leclerc. He's looking at Alonso, but we're going to try and go round the outside. Leclerc goes defensive to the inside, nearly overtakes Alonso. Alonso just about holds him up, but that means we can't get it, and then Leclerc's going so slowly. We have to check the damage on the front wing. It's all fine. And now we're going to go try and go around the outside of Leclerc. Can we? It's now almost 3 wide. Ocon joins in, but we have made it work. We're into 10th. The cars were going very slowly there, and there seems to have been a collision. Leclerc and Ocon, there's a yellow flag and they've dropped back. They must have had some sort of coming together there. But we're not going to worry about that now. We've got to focus on getting past Fernando Alonso in the Alpine, and we've got a much better run going down the hill. Can we attempt to go around the outside of Alonso? Oh, we've gone very deep. We're over the curb. He's going to stay ahead of us, and that shouldn't give us that good a run going over the curb to get a good go at him down the straight, and it doesn't. We're going to have to stay behind him for a few more corners. He's a little bit slow coming out the exit of that one though, and we're going to try and go round the outside of this fast right-hander, and we have made it work. And we're up into P9 in the race. Norris now right ahead of us, 1.2 seconds. We're going to try and close up to him. So here we are then, midway through lap 4 this is, and it's taken us a little while to catch up to Norris, but now we do have DRS, we're only 3/10 off him. He's also got DRS though ahead from Lance Stroll, so it's going to be difficult to pass him just yet. But we're going to try and get a better exit here, and potentially look to go around the outside. There's nearly collision, but we're looking to make it work. He's still on the inside, and we squeeze him out, and we've got the position. We're into P8 finally, and we've made it work round the outside of that corner. It was a daring move, but we went for it and it paid off. Now we've got Lance Stroll on the Aston Martin right ahead of us. We could potentially get him on the start-finish straight, and then his teammate Sebastian Vettel ahead of him. We've got DRS, he's got DRS too, but we will have a better slipstream because we're right up close to the Aston Martin. Do we send it down the inside? We have a look, and we are going to. It's quite a cautious dive there, but we have made it work. We've squeezed him out on the outside, and we're now up to P7 in the Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel up next. Here we are then, later in the lap. We're closing up to Vettel. We have DRS, and he doesn't. Ricciardo's too far ahead, out in front of him. So we're going to look to go for another round the outside pass here, and we have made it work. The AI seemed to be a little bit slow around that corner, and we've made it work into P6. Daniel Ricciardo in the McLaren to catch. It's a 1.8 second gap. We should be able to do it in around 1 to 2 laps. However, Sebastian Vettel is coming back at us here, and he's trying to go down the inside, and he has made the position work. We look to go for the switcheroo, but he blocks us. We're going to try and come back at him. Do we have DRS? No, he has the DRS. He was slightly behind at the detection point, so we're going to have to stay behind him in P7 then. We were not expecting that, and that's hindered our progress significantly. We're going to look to fight him back here. We don't want to get held up too much, or Norris will come back at us. We're right behind him, following him so close. We're going to look to the inside, and we have made a dive, but we're going to go too deep. And Vettel's going to come out ahead of us again. He's really frustrating us in this race. We're nearly halfway through, and we're stuck behind Vettel, and we've made contact. We've spun out. We're still in the race, but there's a damaged front wing. Our front wing is slightly damaged, and that is going to massively affect our pace, and we're going to have to come in and change that, and that will be a major obstacle in the course of this race for us. We're struggling to turn into corners. Now we realise that yes, it is actually damaged. We're going to have to come in this lap to change it. This is a disaster for us and this race, and it's another wing damage for Pierre Gasly at the Bahrain Grand Prix. So we're coming into the pits then to change, probably for a set of mediums. It's about a lap earlier than we would have liked to stop, and this front wing change is going to delay us quite massively. So as we exit the pits here, we have been held up. We are now behind the Alpine of Fernando Alonso, who we overtook earlier in this race. And we're going to be behind a lot of cars who are stopping this lap or next lap as well that we've already overtaken. This is not great. We're trying to get some temperature into the tyres here. How quickly can we catch up to Fernando Alonso? We're about to find out. So here we are then at the end of that lap. We've caught up to Fernando Alonso. But which of our rivals are going to be pitting, and where are they going to come out relative to our position? We're looking in the slipstream of Alonso. We're going to try and go around the outside, and we have just about made it work, but have we gone too deep? We go on the curb a bit. He tries to come back at us, but we're going to fend him off. But we are now behind Norris and obviously Vettel, and it's quite a significant gap. It's going to take us a little while to close that down, and that has slightly ruined our race. Oh, we've gone a bit wide here though. Can Alonso come back at us around the outside? We're going to fend him off, but we have gone a little deep again. We nearly lose the back end. Alonso's wheel to wheel with us now. We're going side by side down the hill. He's right there. We bang wheels and we force him out. We just about avoid the wall, and we have come out still ahead. We check the damage. There is none this time, fortunately. Alonso's a little way behind. He suffered quite significantly from that. And that was all just down to possibly cold tyres and a lack of grip. So we passed the pit exit one more time then on lap 9, and Lance Stroll has also come out ahead of us. We had overtaken him quite a bit earlier in this race, and we're going to have to re-pass the Aston Martin, which will be a challenge. because he's 2 seconds ahead with only 5 laps remaining. Can we still get up to that lofty P5 target that we set ourselves at the start of this race? Let's see. So we're going to rejoin the action at the very end of lap 10. We've managed to catch up to Lance Stroll. We'll have DRS here and it should be an easy overtake down the start-finish straight, and it is. And we're up into P8. Norris and Vettel up ahead. 2.7, 2.5 now to Norris. Can we make up the gap, and can we keep Stroll behind as well? Because as we saw with Sebastian Vettel earlier in this race, we can't really relax until we pulled out of the DRS range at least. Then we can start trying to catch the cars ahead. So here we are then, at the beginning of the final lap of the race. It's taken us a few laps to catch up to this duo, and if we're going to be able to get up to P6 or P7, it's going to take a last lap move or even 2. It's going to be tough, but we're right behind Norris now. 2 tenths. We've set the fastest first sector of the race. We get a little bit caught on the curb there. We look to have a dive down the inside, and we are going to make it work. And we're up into P7, and we haven't lost too much time to Vettel either. Will we be able to catch him and overtake him as well? We're only 5 tenths off him now. We take this corner very cautiously. We go over the curb a bit, slows us down. We've got DRS here. Vettel will not have DRS. We're going to close up to him. We're not going to be close enough this time. Can we attempt to make another pass around the outside of this corner? He's a bit far ahead, perhaps. Yes, we're forced out just onto the curb. We're so close to him now. We're going to get the slipstream down onto the straight, into the last corner. We're closing up on him. We're not gaining that much time, but we're going to have to send it down the inside. There's nearly contact. He just avoids us. And we're into P6 on the final corner of the final lap. We are up into 6th position, and that will be the end of the race. And it's been a tough race. It's been a challenging race with that damage we received earlier from the collision with Vettel. We haven't quite managed the P5. We get driver of the day, obviously, but it's been overall a success. After that damage, we managed to come back, we managed to beat Vettel, and P6 is not a bad result for Pierre Gasly and AlphaTauri. So after that enthralling race then, we have finished P6. We brought it home from P20 on the grid. It's a good haul of points for AlphaTauri. Our teammate Yuki Tsunoda didn't manage to bring home any points for the team, but it is still going to be joint 4th in the Constructors, which is a good result for the Red Bull Junior team. So if you did enjoy this one then, please make sure to smash the like button. Liking the video really helps to spread the video around and helps a lot with the algorithm. So make sure to do that and hit subscribe so you never miss an upload of this series in the future. Next race, obviously the track for Imola isn't out yet on the F1 2021 game. It might be coming soon though. But let us know which track you want to do and which driver for the next video in the comments section down below. And finally, make sure to hit the notification bell if you never want to miss an upload of this series and other series in the future. And thank you so much for watching, it's been a pleasure.